Smash Your Fears, Live Your Dreams by John Webb. Chapter 4. The walls we build to protect us imprison us. Whether you're just about to do your driving test, go for that job interview, deliver your first speech in public, or step into the boxing ring, you will experience feelings of fear. Your legs might start shaking, your mouth dries up, and you feel that horrible churning sensation in your stomach and you're struggling to stay calm. Your natural reaction is to just run away, but you know you can't. You hear that little voice inside your head. You're not good enough, you're weak. Does this sound familiar? We all get in situations where we experience those horrible feelings, but I have some good news for you. With practice, you can learn to deal with these emotions and actually turn them to your advantage. Imagine getting to a point in your life that you truly feel anything is possible. Most people will do everything possible to avoid these feelings during challenging situations, but their refusal to take action results in them living a mediocre life that lacks excitement and fulfillment. They tell themselves what will be and build a mental wall where they refuse to do anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. Unfortunately, these mental walls that they build to protect them actually imprison them and keep them from real joy and happiness that they could experience. At the end of our short lives, we only regret the chances we didn't take. So let me ask you these two questions. What have your fears cost you so far by not overcoming them? Could you have had better health, wealth, happiness and fulfillment? It's time to stop running and start confronting those fears, because what resists persists. What is fear? Now, to be able to overcome fear and use it, we must first understand why we feel it. The dictionary defines fear as an unpleasant, often strong emotion caused by anticipation or awareness of danger. Here are two other fun acronyms for fear. Which one can you relate to? Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. When we are put in an unfamiliar or stressful situation, the brain senses danger and releases adrenaline into the body. That's why we get the butterflies in the stomach, the shaky legs, increased heart rate, sweating, etc., to name just a few. Because many of us do not experience this feeling on a regular basis, we panic with it and the internal mental battle starts. We will cover how to deal with that negative voice inside your head shortly, as if it is not handled, it can destroy all your dreams and ambitions forever, like it does for so many people. Adrenaline release is a natural body reaction, and in days gone by when we were cavemen and cavewomen, this feeling would put us into fight or flight mode, which would have literally saved our lives. If we were confronted by a saber-toothed tiger, although not many around where we live at the moment, then the caveman would either run or fight. Due to a lack of these beasts in this day and age, we're not in danger, so frequently we don't experience this adrenal dump on a daily basis, like the cavemen did, and that's why we panic with it. So my first big tip is, when you feel the adrenaline release, just don't panic with it. These feelings can't hurt you, they're just there to sharpen your senses and prepare you for fight, flight or freeze. The more you experience adrenaline release, the easier it becomes to handle. Always remember that everybody experiences these feelings, but the successful people just hide it better. They accept it, they don't panic with it, and they take action. And that's what you'll be doing by the end of this book, as your understanding of this important subject increases. Ex-heavyweight boxing champion Mike Tyson was one of the most feared men on the planet. But before his early fights, he used to cry prior to getting in the ring, as he didn't understand the adrenaline release. His trainer explained to him, there is no difference between the hero and the coward in what they feel. They both feel fear, but the hero takes action and the coward runs or freezes. So if you can recall times in your life where you've run instead of facing up to a situation, you're in good company, as many times I've done the same, especially during the early years that I was being bullied. We need to liken the feeling of adrenaline release to being hungry or thirsty. When we are hungry, we don't panic, we just eat. And the same applies to adrenaline. Don't panic, just take action. The more times you do this, the easier it becomes. So just take a minute to ponder this question. When was the last time you experienced that adrenaline release? Now to help you recognise adrenaline release, here are some of the bodily reactions that you might experience. Shaky legs, increased heart rate, butterflies in the stomach, sweating, tunnel vision, nausea, feelings of terror, feelings of wanting to use the toilet, dry mouth, body aches and pains. Now during the build-up before my boxing fights, I constantly needed to use the toilet. I had butterflies in my stomach and had shaky legs. But because I understood that these were all natural reactions, I didn't panic with them. I just breathed deeply to get as much oxygen to my body as possible. I've seen many a boxer literally lose the fight mentally before they even step in the ring as they panic with these feelings. In the macho environment of karate clubs, boxing clubs and the like, I've never heard people talk about fear, which would have been helpful in my early days, as everybody always acts as though they're not scared. The truth is everybody feels the same, it's just some hide it better than others. Every successful person has wrestled with these emotions every time they are faced with a challenge, but they have risen above the feelings and overcome them with positive action, and you can too. By experiencing and overcoming these feelings regularly, you will develop the mental toughness to not let anything stop you so your life will never be the same again. Always remember, the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure that you seek.